Hi everybody, it's crazy, it's Monday, and it's time for the UPBGE video of the week. Now before I get started, gotta give a shout out to my trusted, cause you guys rock. To my crazy fam, I love you guys. We're up to episode number 66, and we left off last week on page 56 with shape keys and bone drivers. That's what we're working with today. So let's get started. Alright, so the shape key is like an individual piece of grammar. You need to build a library of poses to use in your animation. Moo already has a few poses previously created. We will use them in our animation posing with the bone-driven technique. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to open up the file, book chapter 4, tutorial idle _2 dot shape keys _UI dot blend. That's this little guy right here. Okay, this is the initial file with the UI rearranged to work better with shape keys. In other words, this right here is better for using shape keys. Yeah, okay, I gotta go to here. Let's see, kick back over to here for a second. Okay, in this figure, you'll see the shape keys, which you will also see if you look right here. Okay, same thing. You can see all the poses in the mesh data panel in the property editor for the mesh moo object. This is the mesh moo object right here. Okay. See, mesh moo. Alright. And then these right here are your shape keys. The different poses were created in pairs. Smile and ooh, which is smile and ooh. Then you've got eyebrows up, eyebrows down, eyelid up, eyelid down. Yeah, something of that nature. They are all relative to the base shape, which is this shape right here. To see the poses change the value by their names in the shape keys slot. Set the influence value to 1 and all the other poses to 0. If you want to tweak any of the poses, you need to select the shape and go to edit mode. You will no longer be working in the base shape, so any changes will only be applied to the particular shape. So in other words, if you go to smile and you want to change it, you would come down here and you go to edit mode, and then you can change this and it won't affect your eyebrows, or your ooh or any other ones. It'll just affect the smile. Okay, what the face looks like in this shape key. Okay, a lot of people don't know that. I didn't know that until I got to tinkering around with it. So if I were to tweak the, like say to make the nostrils a little bit bigger, like he's taking a deep breath as he's laughing, then it would actually, just be for that, because when you went to the ooh, those nostrils will not be that huge. You won't change the eyes or anything in that particular one. Okay, now if you went to the ooh and did that one and then came back to smile, the smile would not change. Okay, that's the whole idea behind that. Alright, the shapes are not exclusive. Often you will have more than one pose active at the same time. Therefore, each shape has very isolated changes. For moo, you could have a single pose with both the eyelid up and the eyebrow up shapes. However, this would give you no way to play with their influence individually in different actions. Unlike armatures, you have no way to mask out the shapes by using only a few bones, or part of the mesh. Now you can integrate the shape keys into your idle animation. The first thing you need to do is to set bones to drive the shapes. The idea is to use shape keys as pose libraries, not bone libraries, pose libraries, inside your armature animation workflow. Therefore, you will be using control bones from rig moo to control the influence of each individual shape. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to select rig moo and switch to the pose mode. Okay, so we gotta, if you come up over here, you see these little lines, those are actually your bones, okay, for his face. They're sitting way out here because they're actually designed a little bit different. You'll find out in just a minute. In the walking tutorial, we looked at the bones in the bone layers 1 to 3. That was these 3 right here. Now you can finally turn on layer 4 to see the last bones of Moomoo's armature, which is this one right here. Okay, we're not doing the other ones because if you turned them all on, okay, you'll start seeing the bones come back in. We don't need those. We only need just the face rig because that's what we're doing right now. The bones in this layer are all detached from the main armature, as you can see. Okay, they're detached from the main armature. Your main armature is here. To hook up the control bones with the shape keys, you need to follow the steps. The final driver in the graph editor will look like, let me scroll down here and we will switch over. Okay, should look like this. Okay, so if you're looking at the book, you're going to look at this one, which is, it's one of the figures. Okay, so switch back over here, and now we're going to get going with our list. Okay, so first what we're going to do is select the mesh Moo object. That's this right here, the Moo mesh. Okay, select a shape key, for example, smile. We're going to select smile. Okay, if it was on base, you're going to switch over here to smile. All you got to do is left click. Alright, click on the right mouse button in the influence value. Don't click on over here because you won't get it. Okay, you actually got to click right here. And if you click there, okay, you can select a driver. Now, you can go from a single target or you can do a manually create a layer single. Okay, all it says in the book is just select a driver. Okay, if you select a target, it's going to want you to pick one. Okay, so if you did that, it would do nothing. Okay, so you're going to have to come over here and just do manually create layer. Okay, so it will automatically set it up for you. It'll automatically do it. You ain't going to do no fight. Okay, open the graph editor, which is already open right here. Okay, switch to edit mode from F-curve editor to drivers. Okay, so we're going to make sure you don't have it on F-curve, you have it on drivers. Okay, this is saying that you don't have it in here, but it's already done because this right here is the graph editor, and they put it in here for you. You can make up your own if you decide to do it your own way. Inside the key channel, select the curve to edit, for example, the value smile. So in the key channel, you're going to hit the little down arrow here, and then you're going to hit value smile. Now, as soon as you do, it's going to pop up the end panel. Okay, it says open the property panel, which is the N. If you hit N on it, it will make that disappear. Okay. Change type from script expression to average value. Okay, so we're going to go to drivers. We're going to go to script, average value. You're going to get this error that says invalid target because we haven't put a target yet. All right, we will here in just a moment. In the object bone panel, set rig Moo. So we're going to go rig Moo, okay, which is this little guy right here. And the bone we're going to do is smile. So you get it way down here to the S's. SH. Where's smile? Oh no, I'm sorry. You got to go to mouth, not smile. You got to go to mouth, okay, because that's what he's working with. He's working with the mouth. Okay. Alright, so by default, Blender sets the global X coordinate of the bone to drive the shape influence in the pose mode. Okay. You can move the mouth bone sideways. So we're going to make sure we get it in. We're going to come back over here. We should be in pose mode. I think I did this a little bit wrong, maybe. Bone groups. No, I did do it right. Yeah, I did do it right. You just gotta be in the mesh so you can have it set. Okay. In the pose mode, you can move the mouth bone sideways to see the shape influence increasing and decreasing respectively. So now, if we go over here to, we click on this and we go to pose mode, okay, you can move these rigs by grab X. See, that one ain't working. Grab X. How come it's not? Well, you see the influence values down there change, but that's it. X. Oops. Grab X. It's odd. Grab X. Oh, hang on. Yeah, that is X, ain't it? Yeah, that is X. I'm looking at it from that point of view, see? If you hit grab X, then it will... There you go. Hey! I didn't put it far enough. Okay, so... grab X and then go wee. See, now it changes, okay? So, you can make him kind of go from a... okay? Just by moving those around. Now, once you set up these other ones, you can have his eyebrows move, or his eyelids move, or him do the ooh, so on and so forth. As with any other bone, you can keyframe the position of this bone controller, mouth, to animate this shape key influence over time. So, you can actually hit I, okay, hit location, and then you can actually, go into the timeline and move it down, and then hit grab X and then make him smile like that, and then hit I and then location. And so when he's standing there, he can be going ha 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 ha, waiting on you to play the game. Different ways of doing it. Alright, so this is not an effective setup though. First, it's more intuitive to use the vertical position of the bone to drive this particular shape. Second, it's better if you don't need to move the bone as much as you do now to have the significant changes. Sure, these are not deal breakers, but we are here to learn, aren't we? Alright, so first, in the driver panel, change the transform channel influence from X to location Z. So what we got to do is we got to go back to mesh in the driver panel. Okay, in the driver, we're gonna go from the X location to the Z location. So Z location. Okay, and change the space to local space. Instead of world space, we're going to change it to local. Okay. Now, if you noticed, when I did world space, he was automatically partly smiling because I put it on Z. And that's relative to this world instead of its actual location where it's at. So we're going to do local. Okay. I'm getting that now. Optionally, you can lock the transformation of the X, Y, and rotation of the bone. We will be using only the Z movements. So we're only going to use the Z movement. So right now we're just going to do, like now if I sat there and did it and I hit grab Z, he'll smile and then he won't. He'll smile, then he won't. See? So now you have a little bit better control. Okay? Let's click back on that. Second, you need to map the bone transformations to shape influence. To keep the bone positions not far away for the rest of the armature, or from the rest for the rest of the armature, we will use the short distance of the 10th blender unit to control all the shape influences. That creates a curve with 2 points, 0, 0, and 0.1 and 1.0. This will map the shape influence to 0.0 when the bone Z position location is 0, and 1.0 when the location is 0.1. So I'm guessing that's this. Nope. Can't click that. So let's see. See, to move the bone up and down will not now drive the shape influence as you want. But where does that egg? to keep the bone position far away from the rest of the armature, we will use the short distance of the 10th blender unit. Okay. Is that this? That creates a value to 2.00 and 1.0. I'm guessing it's in here, but I'm not sure. If you know anything about animations and you want to write on in the comments down there, let me know a little bit about that, because yeah, I'm assuming it's this, because you want it 0, and 0.1, you know, when the location is at 0.1. So I'm assuming that, you know, that's what it's meaning. I'm not sure. I don't think that is, because then that right there would be 0.01. So somewhere around here you got to create it to where it's, you got to influence. Let's see. With 2.00 and 0. This will map. I don't know what that one is, so if y'all know what that one is, just let me know in the comments. We'll go from there, okay? Alright, so to move the bone up and down, we'll now drive the shape influence as you want. Your file should match the book file, book chapter 4, tutorial idle 3 smile shape key driver dot blend. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go over here, going to go to open, we're going to go down to 3, which is smile shape key driver dot blend. Okay, so now this should all look the same. Okay, so now, okay, so you change it here. That's what it is. Okay, you're going to create it from 0 to 1, and that's its value, and then you're going to go from frame 0.1 and have a value of 1. Okay, and you should have it just like this. Okay, now I don't know why it says transform space. It said local space, but did it say local space? I think it said local space. Yeah, they changed it to transform space, so maybe that might be a little bit better. So if you grabbed it and you did pose mode and you hit grab Z, you know, it's a shorter distance than what it was, okay? Because remember before, you had to go way up here and way back down here, okay? So that's how that works. Okay, for the second pose, ooh, you will use the same bone controller, but with a different mapping. We want to set the ooh pose when the bone is in negative 0.1 and smile when it is in 0.1. As we have, okay, so let's see, grab Z. Oops. Sorry, my bad. Grab Z. No, that's X. Grab Z. There we go. Okay, so this one isn't going to do anything. We got to make it to where when we get to here, it will go to ooh. Okay, so from 0, let's see, yeah, 0 to negative 1 is when we're going to do the ooh. Okay. This will allow the smooth transition between those two extreme poses. Repeat the previous steps all the way to the creation of F curve. Okay, and I'm going to switch over to here. Oops. Here, so you can actually see it. You know, you can actually see that it changes from this one to this one. Okay, so you want it to go that way, and you will add a new one in here instead of just here. Okay, so you make a new shape key, so on and so forth. Okay. Additionally, you can add a bone constraint to make sure the bone controller is moving only vertically, and that it's always inside the range you are using, -1 or -0.1 to 0.1. Finally, you need to set up the remaining poses, eyelid up and down, and eyebrow up and eyebrow down. The setup in this is the same for the pair ooh and smile. This time we will leave them for you, but you can check the final setup file in Chapter 4, idle for shape key driver blend. Okay, so that's your homework. You got to make the eyebrows move, and you got to put the ooh in. Okay, so if you follow how the book says, you will have this to begin with, and then you're going to be coming backwards and coming back down, or back, basically going this way. Okay, because you're going to be going on negative value. Okay, -1. All right. So we're going to leave it there. We're going to get your hands dirty next week, so be prepared for that. Let's see. There we go. We'll go ahead and kick it back to there. So what you want to do is, I don't know why I always do that. Okay, so next week we're going to get our hands dirty. If you got a little bit of practice, I'm hoping y'all been practicing a little bit with some of these. If not, go back through the book. It's not going to hurt you to go back through it a little bit more and play with it until you get it right. Okay, it's not hard. It's actually, I mean, once you learn it, you can always refresh yourself. And trust me being old, that takes some time to do. So we'll leave it there at page 59. Okay, get your hands dirty next week. Till then.